And like that, and one more time. Tonight in Clear's Tai Chi, we worked on the three powers of heaven, man, and earth. And those are the three. And in Tai Chi, a lot of people have seen the heaven expression where it's very light and very kind of connected and ethereal towards the up part of the position. And for me at least, that typically is the, like either way, yin yang, so it's the yin or that kind of light but connected thing like that. Now, then there's the earth part, which for me, again, being the dark part of this, and it's that heavy and full and solid, if you will, but not solid where it's locked in place, but very heavy, very heaving, very earth oriented. For some people, it'll be different because the earth being like a yin and this receiving kind of a quality and all that stuff. Anyways, the light and the dark. And so I think of this as the light, and that is sort of the dark, and not in a bad way, just different like that, and opposites, up and out and down and solid and all that. Anyways, all right. And so from here, I want that heaviness, and I want that lightness, and I want both, and that's from here up in the middle of you, around your middle dantian. This is where these two energies, these two connections, if you will, these two expressions mix. And if you can mix them correctly, when somebody touches one of them, like the dark one here, then the light is contained within it. And the same thing is true on the light, that the dark is contained within it. And so what that means is that if someone is trying to push you, like grr, that you're not going to be all grr back, because if you were, the best you could get reasonably for that back would be to make it all earth, which means one-sided. Push in there, and not Tai Chi. And you'd be heavy. He can tell I'm heavy, and I can make it so heavy that it's hard to move, but it's all earth then. If I went all light, only light, then it's very good about being quick and fluid and push me and get me out of there once and this kind of thing, but you got no power behind it, right? Because it's so light and wispy, even though it's nice and connected. When you do both, what happens is they come in and they do that mixture in the dantian we're talking about, and when he pushes on me, he feels that lightness, but there's this heaviness right there sort of behind it. And with that, go ahead and push in there, I can be much more responsive, but also then, while moving, when I'm touching him, he's feeling all the weight being transferred to him, even though it's harder to pinpoint because it sort of has both qualities in it. Not sort of, it does have both qualities in it. Also, if I'm, and now do it again. Right, big difference in the two things. And it was because the first one was off a little bit and I made it more so and better. And so when you move like this, what happens is it's got this heavy and light, this heaven and earth, and the mixture in you at the same time, and it becomes very fluid while being very powerful, but in a moving way as opposed to not a fixed, rigid way, which would be wrong. And so you get that connection of the heaven and earth through you, and come out and do arm to arm once. And try to like shove me out of there if you would. And like that, and one more time. And you're seeing I'm not really putting a lot of force on him in a certain kind of way, and yet at the same time, he is getting a lot of force. If he pushes into me here, you'll see that it's got this, hold on for 1 second. Okay, go ahead. Sort of this sunk in, and yet there's this lightness at the same time, while yet having this solidness there with it. It's both qualities, same time, Tai Chi. Okay, thanks for watching. If you want to know more about this and a lot more in depth about how to do them and work them and things to do with it, we do have that on our member site, which is clearsmartialarts.com. You can look at it for a couple weeks for $5, which is more than enough to learn about this aspect in this couple hours of video that we have on there about this. And then if you want to do more, well, then sign all up. And we look forward to having you, and thanks for watching.